In the western region of Ireland, there is a forest. A path in the forest that is not on any map of the world. They say that the forest attracts spirits, just like moths are drawn to light. No one knows what secret is hidden there. Whoever went there never came back. Friends, these days a fantasy horror film called The Watchers has been released. You might know a great filmmaker like M. Night Shyamalan. His film The Watcher is his best. Ishana Shyamalan has directed this. It is one of the best in the fantasy genre. To understand the story, make sure to watch till the end. The story of the film begins. A man trapped in a mysterious forest was trying to find his way out. It was hard to understand directions, so he was moving forward by looking at the sun. But it was getting evening. Strange signs were put up in the forest, which said, "Point now north." Even after sunset, this man was moving forward, but worry was clearly visible on his face. While running, he reaches near the same sign again, which he just passed through, meaning either he passed through it in a circular way. Is it wandering or is it something else? Before it gets dark, all the birds fly away from the trees. This man had realized that now he cannot get out of this forest. There was no place to hide, so he started climbing a tree. It was just fate that he would fall from a high place. Now it was dark, and then something pulled the man. In the end, we only hear his painful screams. 6 days later, now we meet an American girl named Mina. Mina is from an island, and these days she is working in a pet store. Without her, we can't see much. Maybe something had happened in her life. She was also lonely, didn't have many friends or a boyfriend. Their store had a special collection of poems. When a zoo bought it, Mina's boss gave her the task to take the parrot to the zoo herself. Mina was ready to do this. She brought the parrot home with her because she was leaving the next day and was very forgetful. At night, we see that Mina wore a wig and went to a bar where she meets a man, but she gives a fake name and profession. This proves that she is not very serious about her life and likes to stay alone. The reason for coming to this country was also the same. She wanted to stay away from her family. The next day, Mina took the parrot and went on her journey. After traveling the whole day, it was evening. She had entered the forest. With great expertise, they reached the center of the forest, not realizing when they got out of the car. In the hope that maybe someone around here would help him, he got lost. This is the same jungle where that man was seen, or it is an important jungle. Mina was also scared. Suddenly birds are moving away from the forest. Mina was moving ahead with the parrot. Yes, this time she also had a feeling of someone's presence. Suddenly the ground starts shaking. Mina gets scared and sees an old man named Piros. The garden is thriving. Mina is following her, calling out to her. For a moment, Mina lost sight of the woman, but then she called out from afar. There was probably a house there. She tells Mina that if she values her life, she should come inside quickly. Mina shouted towards her, and as soon as she arrived, the woman locked the door. This was not a house but a large and strange room, because in front of the wall, there is a large mirror. Besides the old woman, there are also 2 other people here. A girl named Kira and a boy named Daniel. I ask, where exactly is this place? The old lady's name was Madeline and she says this is a gauge. But for us, it's a safe haven here. We, like you, are lost in this jungle. I don't want to scare you, but we have very little time left. They are coming to watch. So all of us need to stand firm in front of the mirror. Miena is wondering who is coming to see us. You have told Madeline that the vouchers are understood. Don't worry, everything will be fine. They all stand in a queue. Mina had no idea what was outside, but everyone else knew. Madeline says that she is happy with your arrival. She tells him to go ahead, and then strange sounds start echoing in the forest. Midielang says she's coming to you. They are clapping for us, showing us a view of our jungle. You can guess that these people are in deep trouble. Medallion vouchers are not shown to us, nor did Mina see it. Anyway, the night is passing and these people can come out now. They come out in the dark of the night. Mina was about to leave when Tira told her that it wasn't a good idea. If she went into the jungle, they needed to return before nightfall. Dina didn't listen to them and started to leave with her parrot. But she saw the same signs pointing upwards. But while walking, someone started appearing to him. He is heading towards the sun, but he can't get out of the jungle. I was going on a date and had to come back, but the medal gives me the courage to know I'm not the only one trying to get out of here. We all tried, but no. There's no way out. This forest attracts spirits, shows strange things. It can drive you crazy. So for now, stay with us. This jungle is a hunter, and we are its prey. Mina shows that signboard to you. You will see it around in this jungle. Come ahead of this, we'll do the return. It will be difficult to return, so don't ignore it. Mina has asked who might have made all this, so Madeline answers that Kira calls him the professor. She made all this. After that, Mina stays there for a while. The same thing happens the second night. The watchers come to see them. Kira dances in front of them and says they like it. It was a mirror, so they could only see themselves. Now, it wasn't that every night. They have to stand in front of the mirror. They can do whatever they want outside this room. The vouchers absorb them, as if they are trying to know them. In the middle of the strange jungle, in this small room with its electricity, Madeline had been here for a long time, while Kira and Daniel had only been here for a few months. There was always the danger of watchers at night. The next day, when Mina went into the forest with Kira to look for a story, Nina asks what these vouchers actually want from us. Kira responds that she can't say for sure, but Meda has a theory. They can see us, but if we see them, we might go crazy. Kira tells Mina to take a deep breath and say it. During the day, water stays underground. These are known as Sengdo pits, which are present here and there in the jungle. And there's also an underground tunnel system below. We shouldn't go near it, but this stays just between us. Mina was surprised to know that Kira and her body have been here for 6 months. It's been 6 days since he set off on the path, knowing the name of the tea leaf. Tira hopes that he will bring help, but actually John was the same man we showed at the beginning of the movie. Later, Madeline, Kiro and Daniel. Geyser meeting more already. Explain some rules to her that if she wants to stay alive, she will have to follow these rules. First rule, so at night she won't appear to be beating the mirror. Second rule, after dusk she will not open the door. Third rule, she will never go near those pits. She always has to stay in the light. That night, when everyone was sleeping, Mina put her ear to the mirror, trying to hear who could be outside. When he didn't hear any sound, he will come inside. Dinane, she is showing her stomach like Aini. The vouchers got angry and started hitting the glass loudly. Madeline tells him to stand in front of them so that their anger would calm down. Like the others, Mina didn't want to give up. So the next day when she went hunting with Daniel, she asked if you've ever seen a vulture. The answer was no. I've never seen one till now. In her heart, she wondered if this was perhaps a story created by Shabdan's medallion. So after convincing Daniel, she went inside that ditch. It was quite deep. Daniel also wanted to know the truth. What's down there? Mina finds a lot of stuff there, human stuff, which was for the oppressed people here. Zewa Hey Camera, a bicycle, and some other items. With Rasi's help, Mina and Daniel brought some items up but still showed mercy. Mina saw something in the dark that couldn't be seen in the light. The things given to her were brought by Madeline, but she didn't tell her the truth. So Mina went down. Rather, they say that this stuff will reach us in the jungle. Madeline had been here for a long time. She knew where they would have found it. She often asked Mina to tell her what she had asked. But Mina is not true. The purpose of bringing the bicycle was that they could travel a longer distance in less time. The camera that Mina got was turned into a CCTV camera by Daniel and placed outside so they could see the watchers. The middleman didn't stop, but she knew it would end badly. They were all asleep last night, but the vouchers hadn't come yet. Instead, there was a knock on the door. The picture of whatever was outside was not clear. This never happened before. Then he started talking in John's voice. Ikesapi. Kira wanted to open the door upon hearing her husband's voice, but the metal lock stops her. This cannot be John. Rab was very worried. Bedalen says that she must ask her a question that only both of them know. Kira asks about a book that John should have known about, but he couldn't give the right answer, proving the point that this is not life. Even though he was looking like him, talking like him, he breaks the camera and then suddenly vouchers get angry and break the glass. These people want a lot from injuries. Unfortunately, they did not come in. The next day, Mina and Daniel were forced to tell Madeline the truth. She puts all the stuff back in that pit, and reluctantly, Mina had to stay here. Samya kept sitting and winter came. These people were still stuck here. They go into the jungle during the day to look for food and return to the safe house at night. Mina had also made a map, hoping it might show a way. Here, we see Mina's past and understand why. She does not meet her family. In her mind, her family only included her sister who got married. When Mina was little, her mistake caused her mother's car accident. And even 15 years later, she hasn't come out of this regret. That was why they were always there. Kira was hoping. She understood that her husband had died. So one day she tries to give her life near the pit, but Mina stops her. That day Madeleine and Daniel also have a fight. In the winter season, they were not getting enough food, which is why they are losing their mental balance. Now Auntie Masada. So Daniel takes Kira to House of Apples, leaving Madeleine and Mina outside. It was soon going to be evening. These people are begging Daniel to let them in, but he isn't opening the door. Mina and Madeleine were forced to hide under a fallen tree, and as soon as it got dark, they watched. For the first time, Mina and I started coming to that place. The audience gets a slight glimpse of the character. They are tall, fast, and quite dangerous. When they found out that Mina and Madeleine were not there, in anger, they began searching for them in the forest. When Mina and Madeleine get a chance at Yehakati, Pasi Deku, Mayas, Swine and Mary, they come closer to the door and somehow kiss Daniel. He opens the door and they come inside immediately. Daniel was very impressed with the middle aisle, but they broke the rule, so maybe they won't survive now. Oh my god, she tells everyone that she has hidden something from them. I am not alone in this jungle. I came here studying ancient mythology. Searching for a species found in stories, some people call it changelings, and some, when I came here, I realized that this is a monster. I even saw it in the jungle. These fairies can change their forms. The one I saw looked just like me, except its face was like a goat's, and he will change a lot compared to me. Actually, they are learning, so they come to see us every night to understand us. They can imitate us. They want to be like us. In the meantime, they heard voices from outside. The voices spoke just like them, and now they wanted to come inside. Even this strong iron gate cannot stop them, can it? Because they are very strong. At the same time, Daniel saw something on the bus. There was the door to a bunker. They immediately go into the bunker. Everyone was surprised that it had been here for so long, and they didn't even realize that this bunker had food supplies for several years. A lot of stuff actually. The person who made this place was named Martin. The one they call Professor. This bunker belonged to him. He had learned about these fairies. He wanted to create a world where humans and fairies could live together. This is a wonderland. This bunker had a computer, but it did not have the internet. Me started looking at the recorded files in it, which gave her a lot of information about the professor. Why are the fairies here now? We will find out in a little while. But the professor built this place with the blood of common people. He lured them here with greed for money, and then it got dark.
As soon as they appeared, those those fairies, attacked and killed them. Since the professor knew the secret, he would hide here. Then the professor found one in fairy that was different from the others. He brought him here without informing Dija. Gradually, these two turned against each other. That was quite a bit of information, but Mina wanted to know what happened in the end, so she played the last file, in which the professor switched to Urdu. He was supposed to kill that fairy, but before dying, she told him the way out of here. For those who are oppressed here, he says that chasing birds will get you out of the forest, and if you survive, come to the university and destroy all my research. Some secrets should remain secrets. I made a big mistake. I cannot create the world I dreamt of. Knowing this, they were very surprised but happy that they would leave here tomorrow morning when they came out. The condition of that room was terrible. Everything was broken. They went down the path that the professor had told them. Meena is setting her parrot free and everyone needs to chase it. They had to go to a lake. There they saw the professor's ball. They will get it. Nazbar is quite ahead. On the way they will also get a grave. Madeline has said it. This was a time when these fairies used to live with humans like gods. But humans changed and turned against them. They imprisoned all the fairies in this forest. Due to living underground for centuries, they gave up their magic. And on herself too. They can never leave this forest. Evening was approaching, so they had to leave quickly. The rain started. Then the sun set and the creatures started emerging from the ground. These people reached the jail, found the boat, but saw Daniel, who was injured. He stayed behind everyone else because he wanted to help John, but he was actually not John. He was a shape-shifting fairy. The rest could not save him. He marked Daniel's forehead and killed him, and now he has taken Daniel's form. These fairies cannot cross the river, so they get a chance and, with the help of the boat, they escape from the strange forest. The next morning, they found the bus that brought them to the city. A few days later, Meena goes to the university where the professor's entire research is found. As he had said, he couldn't publish it. It was fine so that no one would enter that forest. Meena came to destroy it, but she couldn't harm it. Thousands of years ago, these fairies used to live with humans, take care of each other. They even had children with humans. Besides that, Meena found some pictures there, in which the professor's wife was actually Madeline. She comes to meet Kira with this information. So the professor's wife was actually Madeline. Lanka had died long ago from cancer. Then the professor learned about these shape-shifting fairies and decided to change everything to live with his wife. It means that the males that came there were not humans, but were half-breeds. Johnny is usually free. She spent all the time with them. She was the only one who managed to escape from there. But at that very moment, it was revealed that the Kira Meena was talking to was actually Madeline. He took the guise of a ghoul. As soon as the real Kira appears, Madeline faints her. Now she was about to kill Meena too, so that her secret would remain hidden. Metha 9 says that in the jungle, everyone called me strange. I was the only one who could go out even during the day. My separation did not suit them and they kicked me out. But Meena reveals the truth that I am not separate but special. He is a primitive human being, but Medla didn't know that in the past, some fairies had given birth to human children. Meena assures him that she will not tell anyone about it and that there might be others like fairies in the world. He leaves Meena alive and flies away. The story is shown after a few weeks. Mahmina came to stay with her sister because the forest's hand had changed him. She tells him about Madeleine, that now I feel like she is following me. I often see her as a little girl. Maybe he didn't find anyone else from his ancestors. They are twins anyway. Well, Meena's sister encourages him that everything will be fine. In the end, we see a girl who was actually the fairy medal wandering in that form. Along with this, the darkness of the farm. The real story of the fairs was that centuries ago, they used to live peacefully with humans. The fairies had magic and were reading. There were even some children who looked like humans and fairies.
So then, Harbret, what happened was that humans turned against the fairies and imprisoned them underground. Over time, these fairies lost their powers. And now they had become dark, meaning they had completely forgotten that they were once fairies. There was a shop in this jungle. Now the fairies cannot get out of there because they have to go underground as soon as the sun rises. But someone like Madeline, a half-breed, could live in the human world. She didn't know the way out, but now she found out and could leave from there. The professor had built the bunker or that strange room in this jungle for this very purpose, so he could see his wife again. Well, maybe Madeline would meet fairies like her, or she might be the only one. This movie is worth watching. We hope you liked our expression. So don't forget to like and do subscribe to the channel.